Hey, sports card collectors and investors, thank you for joining us for another episode. I am really excited about this one because I think it's going to add a ton of value to your life and your collection. Let me go ahead and jump into it. So the backstory on this is I've been looking for an app or a way to track my collection outside of an Excel spreadsheet for a while now. And it's one of those things where I've been looking all over the place for it and I still can't find anything that I really like. And my wife has been getting on to me too. It's, all these cards coming in the mail. How are you tracking it? How are you organizing it? And I didn't really, as much as I hate to admit it, I didn't really have a good answer for her. But I found this app and it's called Card Genie Pro. I've actually found it through Twitter. And, I was thinking okay, this looks like it could be legit. I went on the App Store. $3.99 monthly is what I thought it was, and it turns out it's $3.99 period. You buy the app for $3.99, so for $4, essentially you can track your collection on your phone, which to me, and of course functionality matters, and there's a lot of things that go into it quality wise, but to me it was worth a shot, and I'm really glad that I did this. Oh, and let me also point out too, I'm not an affiliate. I don't get any kickbacks or any sort of commissions from CardGenie Pro. I don't know the developer. I've connected with him on Twitter just to ask him about some of the functionality pieces and with some suggestions, but I don't have any skin in the game financially for this product. So let me just go ahead and put that out there as a disclosure. So anyway, back to it. So I bought the app at $3.99, and basically it's very easy to add cards. I'm going to throw some screenshots too to kind of show what the app looks like. And then at the end of this video, I'll put a link to a YouTube tutorial as well. And that can kind of walk you through. So it gives you, a good kind of feel for what the app looks like, what it can do, to add on to what I'm telling you here. So you'll have some resources listed below in the description as well. So anyway, very easy to add cards into the app, and it goes through everything from player name. You can add a photo to it, so you have a photo of what you have. If you have 5 of the same card, you can, instead of putting each one in, you can pick quantity 5, and it'll log in 5. You can put in the original sales price of that card, so you can track what you bought it for, and so that's very useful because there's also a piece to the app to where you can go to completed eBay sales. So you're able to actually go in, you go to your card and you're able to see completed eBay sales. You can go and look at the PSA pop report directly. You can even sell your card directly through the app. There's a link to go and post your eBay listing through the app. So it's kind of the idea of it, I think, from the developer standpoint, is you want it to be somewhat of a one-stop shop, for collectors to be able to easily keep tabs on everything they've got. There's also even a feature that's pretty awesome. It's the profit tracker. And so when you sell something, it will basically, you're able to enter in the information, what you sold it for, and it will keep track of that for you. So you've got a profit tracker. It'll show you the rate of the ROI on it. So just a lot of really cool features for $4. So for me, this was kind of a no-brainer. Not only does it track my collection, but then it's got a bunch of added cool features too. Like I said, the functionality, it's very easy to use. It's very easy to upload a card. There's also a spot where you're putting in all the card information. If you put in the actual PSA number, then it'll take you to that. You can click on it and it'll take you actually to PSA site and give you kind of the background on the grade and everything else, which is really cool. There's also a pop reports link to it too, so you can get a feel for how many are out there. So just incredible how much is offered, for such a small price, in my opinion. There's also links to, player stats. There's links to how to submit properly to PSA. There's just so much going on. The home screen also breaks down, what I like is it gives you total value of your collection. just right there on the home screen. Now that's based on the original purchase price. So the tricky part there, of course, is, you know, you might have bought something for $50 that's now worth $500. So it'll show you what you've put into your collection, but it's not necessarily showing you what it's worth. And that's where the one feature that I asked the developer if he could add in, and the reason why I asked is because I have comic book investments where I've got a comic book app that can track this, and essentially what it does is it will gather completed listings, completed sales data, and it will compare that to your original purchase price, and it will spit out a rate of return for each comic book that I've got. And so that's what I went back to him for, is it possible to extract that eBay sales data? Now, granted, it might not be a perfect science of, you know, an average of sales, you know, but to me, I don't even mind if the data is not 100% correct, even if it pulls a sale that is, you know, an outlier, you know, that's not a common transaction. At least it alerts me to the fact that, you know, there's a possibility that this thing is, you know, went up. It's at a 200% return on my original purchase price, and then I can dig into it further from there. But the main point I was trying to drive home, and I think would be an absolute game changer for me, is in real time, if it's pulling eBay sold listings, pulling that to the app, comparing that to my original sales price, I can look at it and it says, you know, you're plus 50% on this card. Then I can make, okay, do I want to sell this through the app? I can sell it through the app. I mean, it's crazy. It would be the ultimate game changer for me. Now, I understand, you know, there's some people that want added reports and they want added features, and there's all, you know, of course there's other options, and there's also other, you know, services out there to expand on your sports card investing, you know, experience. But for me, this would be unbelievable. And if it could do that as well, compile all the individual cards and track that for your collection. So essentially, when I open that app, I'm seeing, you know, what I paid for my collection, and then I'm seeing what my collection is now currently worth in fairly real time. I'm okay if it's not by the second, but even if it's 24 hours, 12 hours or something, fairly recent, you know, upload speed to be able to do it, that would be tremendous. And I think that would add value. I can't imagine that doesn't add value to anybody, especially at a $4 price tag. So I've reached out to the developer, I've asked for that feature, and we're kind of, you know, we're going back and forth. I think that they might trial that and see if they can make it work. I know it's possible because, like I said, I do it through a comic book investment app that I've got. And so I know that it is possible to do. It's just a matter of, you know, this is not, you know, something that they're doing full time. It's kind of a side project that they've been working on to help out, you know, to help out themselves, and then also help out folks that need something to track their collection, which I did tremendously. You know, and so this, to me, check this out, guys. At the very least, I'm putting the tutorial link down below. Look at the tutorial. And hey, if it's not worth $4 to you, then that's totally fine. No judgment whatsoever. But for me, this really was a game changer. Very, very helpful. And I think that it can, you know, it can add value to any collector or investor out there. So let me know, subscribe below, please. Let me know if you have other trackers that you're using, if there's something else, maybe there's something I'm missing. But I would like to hear how everyone else is tracking their cards. I mean, a lot of what I've heard from feedback is just Excel spreadsheets, which can be very tedious and laborious to, you know, to keep track of. But if there's other apps, if there's other resources out there, you know, I would be very interested in hearing about it and also reviewing those as well. It's just this one was one that popped up. Just I thought it was great to use, high functionality, great value on the price tag. You know, added features or additional features being added all the time. So take a look at it, guys. Let me know what you think. I would be curious to get some feedback. I appreciate you tuning in again for me today, and we will talk to you again soon. Take care.